Nice learning. Nice learning is Ilay Nishmas. Kana Esther Bas Avram is here to us today. And Rachel, Bat Abraham, and Teresa, Yortzeit is tonight. Tonight's Yortzeit. Shama Shahamiliyah. So, today in Jewish history, first of all, yesterday was the first Shabbos we ever kept, was yesterday. It's exactly 3,335, yeah? 35 years, or the 3,336th time we've been keeping Shabbos. Yesterday. It was 2 days after we crossed the Yam Suf, the Red Sea, after the splitting of the sea. 2 days later, so we crossed on a Thursday, and we left Mitzrayim. Yeah, so it was left Thursday, and 2 days later was when we had the first. Was on the 24th of Nisan, just like this year. Just FYI. And today is the Yortzeit of Reb Chaim Halberstam, which is the Tzanz Rebbe, the Rebbe of Tzanz. Passed away in 1876. He's known for his sefer, the Divrei Chaim, and the whole Tzanz dynasty, which today includes King Kloisenberg and a few other Hasidic sects. So they're so his Yortzeit is today. The Neshama should have an Aliyah. And tonight is the Yortzeit of Yeshua. Yeshua. We crossed the sea. And Yeshua took over. Yeshua ben Nun, exactly. His Yortzeit is today. The Neshama should have an Aliyah. All right. So we started. First, some laws. We started counting the Omer. So a little bit of the counting of the Omer. If anyone wants to follow along, on page 136, we have a couple of minutes so we can discuss the counting of the Omer. Last time we counted 10, right? All right. So if anyone wants to follow 136. Counting of the Omer. Whoever watched the video last night, right? Last night's video. No, what was that? About counting the Omer. It was last night. Last night. Said there about it was last night. The end of the video. The Rebbe spoke over there. Was watching the video last night. At the end of the video, the Rebbe spoke there about the special energy, the special power we have from counting the Omer, the special mitzvah of counting the Omer. Now, the Rebbe said there that if you look inside the Yiratzim, we say afterwards. on the page one, sign off, right? On the page 140. So it says over there, three lines in the bottom. Yushba Shefer Rab Bechal Ha'olamot. And through this, meaning through the counting of the Aimer, we are going to get, to be a shefa. Shefa means a pouring out. Pouring out. It's going to be a pouring of a pouring out. I don't know how you say what's the proper word in English. A flow, special flow. Bichal ha'alamat in all the world, including this world, including right here, not just in the high. Sometimes we have things which we have blessings that come from something, and then it can get lost. Just for pause for a second. Keep a hand over here, page 140. In the morning davening, so we say, come back to this in a second. We say in morning davening, actually, here it's probably what it is. No. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm there. Here, the bottom line of page 33. The bottom line of page 33. If you look in that part of the it says Ashalea Imrata Aretz Ad Meheira Yanutz Devara. That means he sends his Imrata, his word, to Aretz, to the land. Ad Meheira until it goes quickly. His word goes quickly. So Chassidus explains that when Hashem sends a blessing to the world, so Hashem sends it in form of word, just like when Hashem created the world. So we say Baruch Shamar Vaylam. Hashem spoke and created the world with speech. When Hashem is putting any blessing into the world, He's making any creation in the world, or putting any blessing in the world, He does it with speech, as Hashem does. Hashem speaks and creates. That's what we say in morning davening. Baruch Shamar Vaylam. Hashem speaks and creates worlds with it. Unlike us, which we have to code. I don't know, whatever. Right? We can't do anything. Sorry. So the pasuk says Hashelech. There's two types of ways Hashem could send the bracha into this world. One is Hashelech in Rasi Aretz, the standard way. Hashem sends His blessing to the world. That's one way. And then there's another way of Ad Meheira Yartzar, until it comes down Meheira. Meheira means quickly, speedily. What's the difference in the two ways? So the Chassidus explains that when a bracha comes into the world, the regular route, it has a long route to take. And it can get stuck in between. What's the story again with the guy who sends Washington a letter? And it says he shouldn't make sure the politicians don't get whatever. Anyway, until something gets when Washington gives a grant. By the way, someone told me that FEMA might be giving funding for the yeah. I mean, they might be giving for flooding, even if you don't have flood insurance. DeSantis put a request in, huh? There's plenty of flooding around here. I think everyone around here got flooded. Oh. You get flooded? No? Okay, so now even if you don't have insurance, they'll still cover it somewhat. Keep an eye out for it. In any case, so what happens is, let's say we collect insurance. Till the insurance company gives it to us, there's so many stops on the way. The adjuster gets his cut. Everyone, they should get their cut, but everyone gets their cut on the way. And so when a bracha comes to us, there's two forms of it coming. Sometimes it can come the regular route, and whatever rentals we pay on the way, or it could be ad meheriyot, where it comes direct. It's a direct hit, not in this way, but in the opposite way. Do not go directly. Don't put $200. Not go $200. Go directly there, right? Huh? You land on right. So go direct. It's a direct hit. There's nothing gets in between in a good way. That's my story. So sometimes we can have something goes the regular path, and then it loses power along the way until the blessing gets to us. Half of it is gone. And then there's the other way, and Meher Tzvari till it goes quickly. When we daven in the morning, just to have that in mind. When we say this verse, we'll have in mind that Hashem should bless us in the way of Meher Tzvari should go quickly without any stopping anywhere. Back to over here. So the Rebbe says over here again, third line from the bottom, page 140. After we count the Omer, so by days that Yushpa Shefa Rav, it's going to be an abundance of Shefa, an abundance of giving. In all the worlds, including our world. There's a special blessing that it says here through counting the Omer. That and the Rebbe said even ladies should count the Omer. There's a special energy over here that everybody should count. We should make sure children should count, women, everybody should count the Omer. Even if we miss some days, we should still count. Even if we can't make a bracha anymore, we should still count every single night. We still have another 30 whatever nights, 38 nights to count. We should make sure to count every single night. But perhaps the biggest blessing is we're saying that our time counts. We're making a bracha on time over here. We're counting our time. Every single night we're counting our time. And what's the biggest commodity that we have? What's the most precious commodity we have? Time. Good question. It's time. So when we show Hashem that we appreciate every minute of time, when we make our current time count, and every day we count again, we count our time, and we make a bracha on the time, then our time is filled with bracha. We infuse our time with bracha, and then our time is infused with bracha, and we have bracha, we have blessing in our time. By the way, the word bracha comes from the word bricha, which means a pool. And a pool is something that holds something in it. It holds content. It holds a lot of content in it. It's a big pool, right? And we want our bracha. We want to be a vessel, like a bricha, like a pool. We want to be a vessel, a big vessel to get blessing. By the way, when we make kiddush, so when we hold a kiddush cup, some people hold a kiddush cup this way. Yom HaShishi, Savim Ranan, right? Chabad, very careful. The custom is to hold it like this, because then we're taking the vessel and we're making another vessel for it. That we should be the vessel to be able to catch all the overflowing blessings that come out of the vessel. We should be a vessel for. It should be like we say in the Berachas Kohen, the Kohen blessings. We say Yirecha Hashem, the Yishmerecha. Hashem should give you a blessing, Yishmerecha, and protect your blessing, not just give you a blessing and who knows what happens to the blessing. Like so many people win the lottery, and who knows what happens to that. It comes into a curse instead of a blessing. The blessing is that Hashem should bless us, and we should be able to keep it as a blessing. The blessing shouldn't go sour on us. In any case, so that's the mitzvah we have every single night of counting the Omer, and every year we try to give a little bit of a tour of what's going on over here. There's a lot of numbers here. There's a lot of letters over here, so we have a bit of an understanding of what's taking place when we're reading it. All right, so let's go to the first day of the counting, the Omer, page 136. We say Hayayim Yayim Echad. The Omer today is one day of the Omer. Okay. On top of that, it says Ur L'Tesai Nisan, which means it's the night before the 16th of Nisan. Ur means light, and it refers to the day before. Even though the night is the dark part of the day, it's not the opposite of light. But the interesting is that the night before is always called Ur, the light to that day. So we have to remember that sometimes things look dark in life. Things look like they're going tough. But when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Mm-hmm. But more than that, we have to realize that every single night turns into day if we just let it. Don't look at the night for the darkness. Look at the night to say, okay, the wheel of fortune is on the bottom right now. It's turning over to the top. Give it a minute. Savlanot, we say, right? Patience, and we're gonna get there. We already consider it light, even though it's not yet light. Arlet has, all right. So that's on top of where it says of the day one. On the bottom of it, it says chesed shebechesed, which means kindness within kindness. We'll discuss that. On the left side, on the top, you have a yud, and on the bottom of the yud, it says the Elokim and Ana. Okay, so we'll just explain what's going on, and then the next few nights we'll discuss what each of them mean on a deeper level. Okay. So the chesed shebechesed, kindness, the kindness that we do, we insert that on the bottom of page 140 every night. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines to the bottom. It says, say the sphera indicated below the Omer count for that day. We're going to say that sphera, that sphera would be chesed, kindness, kindness. So today, for example, was the 10th day, was Tiferet, beauty within strictness. There's 7 character traits. Within those 7 character traits, there's all 7 of those character traits. We'll discuss how you have all those 7 character traits within the character traits. Those character traits expand to everything in our life, into every business, into every venture that we do, any project that we do has all 7 of those character traits. Anytime we speak to someone using one of those character traits, we're projecting a certain way. A healthy person should have a balance of all the character traits, and the way to balance ourselves properly is not to get too mad, not to get too laughy, not to be laffy taffy, to have the right balance of everything. So we have to know what all the character traits are, and then we can have proper balance. So each day of the Omer, we focus on another character. So the first day, kindness within kindness. The next day, strictness within kindness, etc. Let's take it to the left. So that we're going to add in over there. Okay, on the bottom of 140, 4 lines in the bottom. Then we have to the left. Let's move over to the left. We have on the top line, we have a Yud. And then there's Elokim and Ano. The Yud, so that if you go down, if you go down to the bottom line on page 139, the last word on the line of page 139, it says the Yismechu. See the last word on page 139. It says Yismechu. The Yud is for the first word of Yismechu. That's day number 1. We have in mind that Yud of Yismechu. The next night is a Shin or a Sin. That we have in mind the second letter of the word Yismechu. And if you look back on page 136, it'll spell out. If you look at those letters, it'll spell out that line of the pasuk. You see that? Okay. So there's 49 letters in that verse, and every single night we have in mind another letter, meaning we'll get to. Let's just go map it out, and then we can get all the meanings. Okay. So again, each night it would be for the 10th night, for the 10th day, today was day number 10. Which letter is it? So Yismechu was 5 letters. Viranunu was 6 letters. It was the second nun of Viranunu on the first word on page 140. That was today. That nun. Yismechu means to be happy. Viranunu means to be joyous. What's the better word? Joyous? Is that the word used there? Joyous? Rejoice? Rejoice. So we're in the middle of the concept of happiness and rejoicing. We're infusing that energy every single day, one step at a time, not even a word at a time, even one letter at a time. The happiness doesn't just come like this. It's one step, one letter at a time. Then we have, okay, that's the Yud. Then you have Elokim. Okay, you see Elokim under the Yud? Back to the 136, day number 1. Under the Yud, you have Elokim, right? Okay, let's take it back to page 139. The bottom paragraph. So the bottom paragraph, 3 lines to the bottom, it starts off Lamatech, beginning with Bashir. That is, many chapters of Tehillim start off with that. It's an introduction to the chapter, to the verse of Tehillim. And the first actual word of that verse of Tehillim would be Elokim. There's 49 words in that chapter. Every night of the Omer, we have in mind another one of those words. And so when we read, when we get to 139 in the bottom, the first night we have in mind the word Elokim. The second night, Yechanenu, etc. The 7th night, Selah. Okay, so each night we have another one of those words on 136. You have another one of those words under the letter. You have them in mind when you read them. Then we have the next word we have on 136 to the left of day 1 is Ana. Okay, let's turn the page again to page 140. The second paragraph, what's the first word? on the second paragraph of page 140, Anna. Now, over here, you don't have 49 words. You have, each of these verses have 6 words. Now, when we say this verse, we're supposed to, but we try, if we know by heart, we try to look on the left side to the abbreviations. So if you look, you'll say the Aleph Beis Gimel. So we look at the Aleph Beis Gimel. Like it says there, it says instructions on top. When reciting Ana B'chach, look at or visualize the divine names, form the acronyms of the words as they appear in the left column, but do not say them. So Aleph Beis Gimel stands for Ana B'chach Gedula Mincha Maariv. Now these are powerful names of Hashem. They spell out, and they can have tremendously powerful effects. I once had a neighbor. Martin remembers. Remember our apartment in Hallandale? So, vividly. So I remember we had a neighbor over there. I remember coming to me. We were like the youngest people in that building at the time, and then there was another young guy that moved in. So we took the average age in there. We took down the average like 80 years, and they used to give us when we first moved there. They used to give me and Leah. They used to offer us lollipops, and we didn't have kids yet. And it wasn't warm, but they would offer us a lollipop in the elevator. Yeah. It was in Meadowbrook. You're in Meadowbrook now, right? We're in Meadowbrook. Anyway, so it would be like this. No, you can't. The old lady would try to. So there was a guy there who was a young guy also moved in after we were like there for like a year. And we were two young couple, he was a young guy, his girlfriend, and was Leah there. So we became buddies. So helped him put on tefillin. He was Jewish. He was Jewish. It's English. One day he comes to me proud as anything. And he shows me he just got a fresh tattoo that said on it, the first line over here on page 140, Aleph Bet Gimel Yud Tav Tzadik, which stands for Ana B'chach Gedulat Mincha Maariv. He learned all about it. He took a Kabbalah class and he learned the power of these letters that it forms. And he was so proud to show me. All right. Anyway, this is what it is. Huh? They get it removed. Good question. Oh man, bigger problem than we think, huh? In any case, so today was what letter? So day number 1 we said is Ana, right? Number 2 is B'chach. Number 6 is Sirura, the last word on that line. Number 7, day number 7, we just visualize the Aleph Beis Gimel Yud Tav Tzadik. That's what we visualize. Day number 7 is not any word, but it's visualizing the whole line. So, for example, look back on page 136. Look at the 7th day, which is the bottom line of page 136, and it'll say there. See what it says on the bottom line 136, all the way to the left, bottom left. It'll show there Aleph Beis Gimel Yud Tav Tzadik. Because you have in mind on it. Now, today, day number 10 would be what letter? What word? Time for Maya. We'll just finish with this. Nope. Today was day number 10. No. Day number 10 would be Amcha. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the whole line 7, and then we start the next line. Kavarinas Amcha. So day number 10 will be Amcha. Just quickly, that line spells, this is something everybody knows, Kra Satan. Kra Satan means that the decree of the Satan should be annulled. It's a special Kabbalistic form of getting rid of any bad decree. It's Kra Satan. We use that also in the chapter, if someone's very sick, we use it in chapter 119 of Tehillim. We spell out the name of the person, and then we spell out the letters Kra Satan, that the decree of the Satan should be annulled, should be void. Yeah, foiled, whatever, void. Yeah. All right, just a little mapping out. We'll discuss more about it tomorrow night. We have time for Maariv, page 118. Who wants down Maariv? Maariv, call me one. Huh? Here's leaving tomorrow? That's it? All right, Herschel, we have Herschel from Maariv, and Chassidim don't say goodbye, so we're not going to say goodbye.
Adino Ishi, Americanino, Imperino, Italia, Mira, Rockers, and the Yamek of the Yamek, going to be going to ship. I kind of had it for this job, I've always my courage in your memories for the job, for the same classes, I'll be good for it. It's because in Apple, I'm in a bomb of drum, and I'm ما في جميع ما في جميع دولار رئيس ما يقول خطوة دينا ما لي قلوا این پایین بره همین و نگه من با باز کلی سوس من دیدم من خطوة دینا نه ایلی تمام
Dani falando
مفروض ابراهیم دیواله میشونی سوال خانه شیرا بیسیم خورا عبا بمفروض مفروض خورا بنا خبه که ایم نمیشه زیوی یا نظام نه مرکی باز آدی نایسی عکه یو بیاده این یفتازه کنه به خطاب نایی گوهی سوال
Alguém mais aí? Beleza.
就是为了嘛，这边我走了，早点那一些嘛，什么车了哈，早早的没了，要不这边可能这边嘛，他说这边，可能比可能比谁还，还有反正可能还有到比死了，那个那高里边嘛，我们发现说，下个会说一些，找到水的不准备，我们这主要是，这主要是那个嘛，是咱们的，我们比较没。 Skal smera bra. Vi bra för sig med små pussar. Vi har små för kvar vi kan vi se. Vi får in och fajda på vis så. Bara vi kan kvar vi bra med.
Today's 11 days, which is 1 week and 4 days of life. Yes. Albino.
Men nu har jag hört att man har fått det vad är med jag får det som jag får. Right.
והתגדל שמער רבה.
אמן.
ועל מדי ורח ילודי והמליך מלכותי ועצמם וקרב יקרב ושפר.
אמן.
ויכול ובכל ובכל בית ישראל בגלה בזמן קריב ויברו אמן.
אמן. יהיה שמער רבה ומעט ברב.
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שמה וקודשה וריחום.
אמן.
כל מלכתה ושלתה וקתה ונמתה דמלה ואלמה ויברו אמן.
אמן.
יש כמה רבה משמיה וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויברו אמן.
אמן.
עושה שלום בברמה ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויברו אמן.
אמן.
יתגדל ויקרא שמער רבה.
אמן.
ועל מדי ורח ילודי והמליך מלכותי ועצמך וקנה ויקרב ושכם.
אמן.
ויכול ויומך לכל בית Israel, Bagala, Bisman, Karib, Ibru, Amen. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שדה וקודשה וריחוף ואלה מן כל ברכתה ושילתה שזכתה ורחמתה דמרם ועלמה וידרו אמן. על ישראל ועל זמנן ועל תלמידיון ועל כל תלמידי תלמידיון ועל כל מן דעסקין ורייתה די באתר עדי ודי בכל אתר ואתר יחל לכל כל שם רב אחינה וחיתה ורחמים וחיים הנביאים וזמונה ודין ופולקן אמין קדם אבוכום וישמעיה וידרו אמן. יש נמה רבה שמיה וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וידרו אמן. עושה שלום במלומך ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל וידרו אמן.
ישגח. I wish Rachel a safe trip and a good time here in Israel, and take a trip back and learn well. And I'm already dying at 8:40. You have other opinion? That's what
Have you still in the yard? Yeah, in the segundo. Yeah, no, you see, my trabalho, you see, and tratado. Achei que não dava, não foi a ti que dava.
You too. Let's say good night. I'll check on you tomorrow.